A storm is brewing across the UK, and if you're an Indian student hoping to build a career here, or a skilled professional planning your future on British soil, you may be standing at the center of a rapidly shifting immigration landscape. The UK's visa system is undergoing a dramatic overhaul, and its shockwaves are being felt from the corridors of London to the bustling streets of Delhi, Mumbai, and Bangalore. The newly appointed Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, is under intense political pressure, and his response has been swift and sweeping, a major restructuring of the nation's visa policies. This isn't just an administrative adjustment, it's a decisive shift, one that appears to tear up the long-standing understanding between Britain and the global talent it once warmly welcomed. According to Downing Street, these reforms are designed to foster economic growth while reducing dependency on foreign labor. But for thousands of applicants, especially from India, it feels less like a policy update and more like a door being slammed shut. Today, we'll break down exactly what's changed, who's feeling the impact most, and why your UK dreams may now depend on political games far beyond your control. The politics behind the Policito understand why this is happening. We must first look at the political environment surrounding Prime Minister Starmer. He finds himself squeezed from both sides. On one end, there's the legacy of the previous Conservative government's commitment to reducing net migration. On the other, the rising influence of Nigel Farage, whose populist narrative has turned immigration into a central and polarizing issue in British politics. With Farage's voice growing louder, the current government seems eager to prove it can take a tougher stance. But when it comes to cracking down, it's not the complex issue of small boat crossings that becomes the target. It's the legal migrants, the students, healthcare workers, tech professionals, and care assistants. People like you. What's changing? The new visa rules. Let's break down the new policy changes. The most significant update is what can only be described as the Great Salary Wall. The minimum salary requirement for a skilled worker visa has been raised dramatically. It's now set at £38,700, or the standard market rate for your occupation, whichever is higher. What does this mean in practice? Simply put, it disqualifies a wide range of entry-level and junior positions. The message is loud and clear. The UK is prioritizing seasoned professionals with higher earning potential. For international graduates hoping to build their careers from the ground up, the path just got much steeper. Are current visa holders affected? Here's where much of the anxiety lies, and where clarity is essential. If you were issued your skilled worker visa before April 4, 2024, then you fall under transitional arrangements. In plain terms, this means when you apply for an extension or for indefinite leave to remain, you'll still be evaluated using the older, lower salary thresholds. You are not affected by the new requirements. However, if your visa was granted after April 4th, or if you're applying for the first time now, then the new system applies. That means you'll need to meet the £38,700 threshold or higher to qualify. This one detail, the date your visa was issued, makes all the difference. Raising the bar. Skill level requirement. Here's another major shift to be aware of. The minimum skill requirement has been elevated. Now, only positions that meet graduate-level qualifications will be considered under the skilled worker route. That change alone filters out a broad category of roles that were previously accessible under this visa pathway. Closing thoughts. These developments are more than just policy updates. They represent a redefinition of who gets to dream of a future. In the UK, for many, the path to a British career now looks uncertain and significantly more challenging. As always, we'll continue to keep you informed on every new twist in this story. Be sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon for the latest updates on your rights, visa status, and opportunities in the UK. Stay informed, stay prepared. Now, alongside the higher salary threshold, the UK government has introduced another barrier, this time targeting the very definition of eligible roles. The new criteria raise the minimum skill requirement, effectively blocking access to numerous positions that were once open to international applicants. For many Indian professionals with diverse skill sets, This means the window of opportunity has just narrowed significantly, but among all these reforms, perhaps the harshest blow has landed on the care sector. Let's not forget, during the darkest days of the pandemic, it was international workers, especially from India, who stepped in when the UK was in desperate need. They staffed care homes, supported the NHS, and were even celebrated as heroes. Thousands were recruited to fill essential roles that couldn't otherwise be staffed locally. Today, that open door has been slammed shut. The main visa route for foreign care workers is being closed off to new applicants. While existing care workers already in the UK will remain under the current salary conditions, the broader message from the government is clear. They're no longer welcome. This shift is not only a blow to those who aspire to serve in these roles, it's a betrayal of those who answered Britain's call in its time of need. Caught in the crossfire, what does all of this mean for you, the Indian student or skilled worker caught in the middle of this political storm? In 2023, Indians represented the single largest group of migrants to the UK, with over 250,000 arriving for work and study. That's not a footnote, that's the headline. Yet now, this same group is bearing the brunt of a political fight playing out within British borders. The uncomfortable question is this: are Indian professionals being used as easy targets in a political blame game? When Prime Minister Starmer faces criticism from Nigel Farage over rising immigration figures, it's much easier to cite tough visa restrictions than to address the far more complicated issue of illegal crossings. The government can now point to these policies and say, look, we've reduced legal migration, but make no mistake, this isn't policy making for progress. It's politics dressed up as action, and your ambitions are the collateral damage. Is this really about migration? Here's the reality. Cracking down on highly skilled professionals arriving legally through established routes has absolutely nothing to do with the issue of asylum seekers arriving on small boats. These are two entirely separate matters, but in the heated world of modern politics, the lines are being blurred. Politicians are creating the illusion of control over one crisis by being punitive toward another group entirely. The result? A shrinking UK economy, a struggling university sector, and a chilling message sent to global talent, particularly from countries like India. This isn't just about a visa. It's about trust. A global marketplace for talent. As the UK raises barriers, other countries are opening doors. Nations like Canada, Australia, and Germany are actively inviting global talent. They understand the value skilled migrants bring, not just to their economies, but to their future. In contrast, Britain seems to be pushing that talent away. Not because it doesn't need them, but because political optics have taken precedence over economic logic. The deeper tragedy may not be the students or workers forced to change course. It may be for the UK itself, a country that is, in effect, turning away the very people it needs to thrive. Final thoughts. Stay informed. Stay ahead. The system is changing. It's becoming tougher, stricter, and less forgiving. If you're an Indian student or worker planning to build your future in the UK, being informed is no longer optional. It's essential. Know the rules. Track the changes. Make informed decisions, because while some politicians may be playing short-term games, your long-term future is too important to leave to chance. If this video helped clarify your understanding, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an important update on your UK journey. Thank you for watching, and remember, stay informed and stay empowered.